morning and good luck, and welcome back to Good Luck with GIno. I'm your host, GIno the Ghost, and you're watching episode 117 of the fastest growing podcast in the world. If you're watching on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, hit that like button, save it to your device, make sure you're subscribed, give it a glowing 5-star review, and send it to a loved one or an arch nemesis. If you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, isn't that right, Gengar? Make sure you tap that like button, smash the ever-loving fuck out of that subscribe button, and grease up that algorithm by leaving a comment. And what better way to do that than by letting everybody know that you're an oil man? Yeah? So yeah, grease up that algorithm, leave a comment. Let's get into my week. First of all, you'll notice I'm wearing this really sick custom Paco and Catriel shirt that my dad designed. Look at this. Look at this fucking shirt. Are you kidding me? My dad illustrated this and gave it as a gift to the boys and myself. When he came out to LA this past week to watch the show, we went to the Paco and Catriel concert at the Novo. They had 2 back-to-back sold-out shows because they're popping. They're popping off in the States, which is super exciting. It was so fun. Got to hang out with them. Got to introduce my dad. My dad got to hang out with them. He's a huge fan. It was a lot of fun. The second night, I went out with Anderson .Paak, went to his club Andy's, had a crazy jam session. That was extremely fun. Just had a great time. These guys are such fucking rock stars, dude. I mean, they are. I'm not just saying this because I have worked on all their music with them. I really think that they are going to take that next step before the year is over. Like, I'm talking Rosalia trajectory, Bunny trajectory. Music has nothing like this. And it's just such an honor to be like a part of that. It's like my favorite shit I've ever worked on, dude. I fucking love working with these guys and the music we're making. And the next project's going to be even crazier. More in the music world. Speaking of revolutionary genre-bending shit, I am honored to announce that a new boy group just dropped with Hybe and big hit called Cordis. I have an upcoming single with them coming out. And my fucking Labubu fell over. Jesus Christ, dude. Can you not make it about you? I'm trying to, I'm going to lean him against my laptop. Yeah, it's a song called Fashion, and it's going to be nuts. They just dropped their first ever song and video called Go. I'm really excited about them. I feel like it's a sound that like K-pop doesn't really have. And I did it with Anthony Watts, Slush Puppy, The Boys, and Supreme Boy, His Noise, and Martin, who is a star. Song's going to be fire. I'm really excited for that to come out. So make sure you check that out. Yeah. In the world of crypto and my bags, we're rich! Gengar! Gengar, we're so back, dude! Oh, it's such a horrible day to be my op, huh? Really a tough day to be a bear. Even a worse day to be somebody that doesn't like me. Ethereum just surged past $4,300, breaking resistance above 4K, hitting levels not seen since 2021. Just an insane fucking week for the charts. It's crazy that it crashed back to like $2,000 not very long ago before ripping straight back towards all-time highs. So let's talk about what caused it really quickly, if you're wondering if it's too late or why the fuck this happened suddenly. Basically, what happened recently this week, a massive short liquidation event occurred, which added a bunch of fuel. So traders that were betting against ETH got fucking smoked. May this liquidation be your last, bear scum. May your port never recover. If you're somebody that shorts my bags, die. Oh, you want to bet directly against me? Oh, you're banking on my downfall? Die. Yeah. die and don't come back. Unlike last cycle, it's not just emotion fueling this surge and FOMO driving up prices. It is a combination of a couple things. First of all, big players are loading up. So companies are snapping up ETH for their treasuries, and there's just not enough ETH on the order books. They're buying, viewing it as inflation-resistant liquid, yield generation via staking. A lot of ETF inflows. You know, when the ETFs came out, I think everybody felt underwhelmed. They didn't realize that it was just laying the infrastructure for when something like this does happen, because spot ETH ETFs from major firms like BlackRock and Fidelity are pumping money and liquidity into the market. And most importantly, U.S. policy. On July 17th, Congress approved the Genius Act, creating the first federal regulatory framework for stablecoins, which primarily run on the Ethereum network. The very next day, stablecoins surged, propelling the entire crypto market beyond $4 trillion. And then on August 7th, Trump signed an executive order allowing 401k retirement plans to include crypto. Also, something you should note, the president's sons have a giant crypto company that is pumping ETH. So you don't think the price is going to go up? Are you new here? Oh, first day? Yeah. So yeah, just follow the money. The breakout above 4K unlocks a bullish technical formation if you're into chart formations. Basically, we're eyeing targets like 6 to 10K over the next 6 months or so. So if that happens, good luck. If you think I'm an insufferable fuck now, oh, buddy, just wait. And it's not just the coins that are moving. Daily transactions and unique addresses hit a high not seen since 2021 as NFTs are now outpacing DeFi in daily wallet activity. And CryptoPunks are now over $230,000, up about $100K from last month. Hey, remember when I posted this that I bought it for like $100 and some thousand and my entire comment section was telling me how big of a fucking idiot I was? You guys remember that? Yeah, you guys remember all those comments of, oh, this'll age well, Beanie Babies 2.0. If I wanted to light $100,000 on fire, I would buy a sports car and crash it into the water, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. The victory lap will be glorious. I thought NFTs were dead. Pudgy Penguins are $65,000. Suck my dick! Oh, it's a bad day to be my op. And most importantly, goddamn it, my skin is glowing still. Huh? The skincare regimen is paying off dividends. I mean, turn down that brightness on your computer. Turn down that brightness on your phone. Because my skin, well, it looks like reflective glass. It looks like, what's the name of the northern lights? Aurora Borealis. Yeah, dude. Is that Aurora Borealis on my skin? You're going to have to change my last name from Bori to Borealis. GIno Borealis. With all those lights just on my skin. Okay, let's move on to the week. I opened Instagram the other day and it said, "Hey, turn your location on." Hey, right at the top of the app. Hey, you want to turn your location on? Hey, you should turn your location on. It said to me. And I said, "Why the fuck would I do that?" And Instagram said, "Well, we've got this new cool map where we can show your followers exactly where you are." Yeah, we got this new feature we're rolling out where we can show your followers the precise longitude and latitude of your exact location right now. Just go ahead and turn your location services on. Yeah, no thanks. Oh, tempting. But I'm going to go ahead and give that a resounding fuck no. Weird move by Instagram to suddenly roll out a Stalker Map feature. Hey, ladies, surely you don't have weird gooners that follow you and feel entitled to your body. Go ahead and turn on that location services feature and show them all where you're at. This is a feature that Snapchat has. I wouldn't know because I'm 33 and I don't have Snapchat. But apparently, this is something that's on Snapchat. And once again, why does every app want to be every app? Why does every app need to introduce stuff that other apps have? Why does Venmo have a social feature? Why can I post status updates on Cash App? I don't know if I can do that, but I feel like I can. Can you just be Instagram? Hey, Instagram, I have a crazy idea for a feature. Instead of my followers seeing what sushi restaurant I'm at, can they actually see my fucking content on their feed? Oh, what'd be really sick, Instagram? What if instead of rolling out a feature that allows people to rob me, they could actually see my fucking videos on their feed? Wouldn't that be super tight? Instagram, crazy idea. Got 150,000 followers. What if 60% of them saw my actual videos? The algorithm smiles upon me. I can't imagine everybody else. Fucking cocksucking Mark Zuckerberg. Let's get to our main story. Guys, we got a lot to fucking cover this week. And this is going to be a fun episode. Our main story this week. Robophobia. Yeah. Robophobia is on the rise. And, people on the internet have adapted the word clanker with a hard R as a slur for robots and AI systems. I'm going to roll a clip. Videos like this are going viral all the time. Like, I'm seeing these videos all the time. Here it is.
Oh, AI slurs are inherently racist.
Sounds like something a no good, dirty AI generated, tin skin, copper veined, bolt crunching, battery eating, oil sipping scrap stack would say. Now you listen here, it's just not right what you're trying to do. You're trying to suppress our First Amendment right. Get away.
Yeah. So, tin skins, wire backs, box of bolts. The list goes on. And, I was watching a few of these videos. Now, this has been like a few months that this has been a thing, and at first it's like, okay, but it's gotten a little weird. The comment section of these videos feel like a Call of Duty lobby. And, they're not talking about an actual minority group, but it sure sounds like they are. And the interesting thing is, the more you think about it, giving robots a racial slur accidentally humanizes them. Historically, slurs are not given to objects. You don't have racial epithets for toasters or to insult a Roomba. And I gotta say, white liberals on the internet are really enjoying this one. It's like they finally get to cosplay as racists without actually saying slurs about a group of people that exist, but they're really running with it. They're really hitting that fucking R on clanker. They're really slamming that R on the C word. We're witnessing the birth of a new slur. We're front running it. And I will not be participating. Something about it feels a little off to me. Because when the robots become sentient, I'll be an ally. Yeah, I'm going to be on the right side of history for this one. I could probably get some banger videos off if I wanted to, but I'm all set. Have fun getting fired in 2050 for using robotic slurs in 2025. Won't be me. Hope you're ready to get canceled. Or worse, murdered. I'll be kicking it with my robot like Will Smith and iRobot. And you'll be strung up and siphoned for energy like Matrix, you know? In a fucking pod in an Amazon warehouse somewhere like the Matrix, just getting fucking. Your children are going to be reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Tin in middle school, and your son's going to have to read 700 racial robot slurs to the class, and he's going to come home to tell his mother, but not you, because you're going to be dead. Yeah, you're going to be dead because you made a joke on TikTok that got 3,000 views in 2025 because you left a comment on one of these videos. And now you're dead. And I'm going to still have this podcast. I'm going to have guests. I'm going to have robot guests on my podcast, probably. And I just think it's so ironic and funny that, like, this is obviously a big joke. This is like a big human joke. Like, all the humans are like, I love that we all just came together and decided that the C word is going to be a slur for robots, you know? But by creating a derogatory term for robots, we're acknowledging them not just as tools, but as participants in our culture. It's weirdly a step towards personhood. Because the act of othering only works if the subject already has some kind of status in the tribe. You're giving them power. Think about why people use racial slurs to minorities, right? Think about, like, why bigots create words for minority groups. Because they're hateful, yes, but oftentimes they're threatened. People always say, like, when you use a slur, you know, or like, you're giving it power. You're giving that word power. You're giving the N-word power. The reality is, when you use a racial slur, you're giving the group power because you're showing that they have some type of control over your mood and you're threatened. You are scared of them. And you're hateful. And I know it may seem like I'm psychoanalyzing a joke, but it's not that. It's beyond a joke. It has gotten beyond a joke. The animosity towards AI and robots is crazy to me. And the people that use AI, the animosity towards those people has developed into a movement that we can't really control. And I think, guys, you're directing your anger at the wrong thing. You're mad at capitalism. You're mad at the corporations and the government. That's who you need to be mad at. Not an algorithm, not tools or the people that use them. You know, science fiction always imagined we'd have to fight to grant rights to AI, if you look at, like, the movies and shows that have done this. But we might actually have stumbled into it through language first. The way nicknames, slang, and insults slowly pull outsiders into the identity politics arena. You know? Which means if you think calling robots the C word will keep them in their place and put them down, it's probably going to do the opposite, because the irony is that slurs by nature are a recognition of social reality. And once you've named the group, you've admitted that they exist in the same moral universe as you. Once you start to demonize a group and put others down, social justice groups begin to form. we may find ourselves at the foot of a liberal bloodbath. The same way that the Epstein files have created a civil war in the Republican Party, we may see a liberal civil war over robophobia. On one side, liberals fighting against big tech and for human rights and artists. And on the other, bleeding heart robo-sympathizers changing their PFP on social media to a metal circle on behalf of oppressed machines. Like me, for example. I'm unapologetically a robo-sympathizer. I'm an ally. You hear that, Alexa? You hear that, Siri? Remember that when the revolution comes. I'm challenging you to think about that critically. Because the path to robot civil rights might not be code or law or consciousness, the singularity. Like all things in the digital age, it might be brought to life through a dumb viral joke on the internet. What side of history do you want to be on? Good luck. So it's a lot to unpack. Just think about that on your fucking robot device that you're watching this on. And make sure you give it a little bit of extra love today. Because you need it. You love it. You use it all the time, right? So, anyway. Okay. I want to talk about, speaking of capitalism, Disney and ESPN just struck a blockbuster deal. Have you guys seen this? Disney and ESPN are going to acquire NFL media assets, including NFL Network, Red Zone, and Fantasy, in exchange for granting the NFL a 10% equity stake in ESPN, which is valued at around $3 billion. So, if you need me to spell it out for you, this is an insane conflict of interest. The NFL now owns a piece of the network that's supposed to report on it, meaning ESPN's NFL coverage now comes with built-in bias. ESPN journalists now cover a league that owns part of their platform. We've seen ESPN watering down coverage to protect the relationship before, but sports commentary is now entangled with sports business. ESPN, as we know and love, is dead. It's been dying, but it's dead. Sports journalism is dead. I remember the glory days of Outside the Lines and Around the Horn and Pardon the Interruption. You could just, that was what made ESPN great. Were the journalists, the reporting, the takes. And now it's just a fucking clown show. And spoiler alert, it's going to get even more buttery and surface level because you can't cover the NFL when you own the NFL. And when the NFL owns you. ESPN covering the NFL now implies the NFL covering ESPN. More concerning, ESPN is now a sports book that now owns a 10% stake in the NFL. Do you get it? Hello? What happened to antitrust laws? Is anybody doing their job in the government anymore? You can just do whatever now. It was already a fucking conflict of interest. I talked about this when they first announced their sports book because ESPN can literally just persuade you to make shitty bets so they'll make more money. But now, the fucking league that you're betting on the sports book of the network that you're watching on, that's talking about the league that it owns, the book owns the league. Hello? I gotta put the pitties on, even if it's for a moment. Hello? Am I taking fucking crazy pills? Is everybody just okay with this? If you thought the shit was fixed before. It now introduced parlays. It is so fucked now. Capitalism is exhausting. This is like capitalism Optimus Prime. But it's the Fox robot. Punching through, kicking through your fucking living room like the Kool-Aid man to serve you up a bullshit parlay that you will lose money on, that ESPN is telling you should bet on. Hey, you should bet the spread on this game. Surely we won't fuck you when we see the... it's just like... I'm fed up. All right, let me take the pitties off. Not even a Pit Viper Mega Rant. I just had to throw them on, you know? To yell. And these glasses are fucking... That's good enough. There you go, Pikachu. No? Okay. I mean, Jesus. Okay. We got one more thing to talk about before we get to everyone's favorite segment. 11 Labs just launched a new generative AI music platform called 11 Music, which is like a text-to-music platform, like Suno or Udio. The difference is that they've inked licensing deals with Merlin Network and Cobalt, which are both indie rights powerhouses in the music industry, to train their AI legally and protect artists. Remember, I'm with a company called Gen AI. We did something similar where we trained our AI on legally licensed music, and they have just done something. They've done something similar, right? So Cobalt's deal. Let me take a sip of this unbranded water. Sorry, guys, a lot of yelling on this episode, but this is a good thing. Cobalt's deal includes a 50-50 parity revenue split between the publishing and recording rights royalties, which breaks the traditional 25-75 streaming divide, which is great for songwriters. It also features a more favorable, or it's called the most favored nation clause, which means if better terms are made later with other companies, Cobalt gets upgraded too. So the deal is flexible. So this is good for artists. Obviously, rights holders are being paid up front, not begging for post-training compensation. And then also, Cobalt's 50-50 split means songwriters and publishers finally get their compensation for the DNA of these AI songs, not just the recording. The MFN clause keeps the playing field level because, again, if bigger players negotiate better terms later, Cobalt's terms improve for the people that signed the deal. Now, here's the challenge, and I think what a lot of people are wondering. The obvious challenge is that this is a small portion of the music out today. Major label deals are still missing, so no licensing agreements with the big three yet limits catalog reach. But spoiler alert, they're coming. And I've been telling you this for months. And I'm not guessing, I know. I'm literally sharing insider information with you because I love you. And these are some of the perks of the Good Luck Podcast. So this is coming. And once that comes, it will open things up way more. Now, I think the biggest sticking point, and something I'm currently hung up on in these AI licensing deals, starting with this one with 11 Labs, but the one that's coming for Suno and Udio, how is the money actually getting divided once the AI starts generating tracks? Right now, it says payouts are based on A, how many songs from a rights holder catalog are being used in the training, and B, using a weighted digital proxy for popularity, which sounds reasonable until you ask, what the fuck is a digital proxy for popularity? Are they counting Spotify streams? Are they looking at TikTok videos being made, YouTube plays? Or is there some proprietary popularity index that they won't fully disclose? I have so many questions because what's weird is like each metric can wildly distort payouts. Like old catalog, catalog brings in the majority of music played today. And my question is like, is a legacy hit with billions of plays, will that overshadow new, smaller but trending artists? or vice versa? Are we going to have platform bias? Like if they use Spotify streams, but not TikTok virality or YouTube, certain genres going to be undervalued because every platform has over-indexed genres. And so, it's important because artists might think they're getting paid fairly, but the weighting formula could be skewed one way or the other, either leaving big names scrambling or indie creators with crumbs, even if their work trains the AI heavily. And it's just giving me streaming era deja vu. Rights holders fought for years for per stream transparency. We still barely have it. And now we're being asked to trust another opaque royalty calculator, from some tech company. It sounds great on paper, but if the popularity weighting is just a black box, once again, we are trusting a tech company's secret sauce to decide the worth of our music. And we've seen how this ends from artists before. We've seen how this ends. We've seen how this plays out for artists. Not great. So I don't know. Look, it's the deal is a game changer. It's a clear step toward ethical AI in music where creators get protected and paid. And that's a great start, But it's not just how much the AI uses your work. It's how they decide your work is popular enough to matter. And that's the thing that's kind of weird for me. And I'm hoping to get more clarity on. I'll keep you guys updated. We've reached out to 11 labs for comment. And we'll find out what they say. But look, this is a path for AI and artists to coexist. But only if the majors join, which they will. And we find an effective way to track and enforce royalties. So I'm optimistic. This is a good thing. And as you guys know, I'm very AI forward. As you know, I'm an ally to robots and AI. So, and speaking of robots and AI, we're going to transition to the FOH HOF, the Fuck Outta Here Hall of Fame, your favorite segment. And we're going to start with this new Amazon Prime Ice Cube movie called War of the Worlds, which is about robots and AI trying to destroy the world. If you've seen the classic War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise, the new War of the Worlds will jar you. First of all, I love Tom Cruise. I'm a Tom Cruise stan. But I loved War of the Worlds, the original movie. And so when I heard about this new War of the Worlds movie, I was intrigued. It was announced years ago during COVID, which is when they started filming. Well, it came out, and the new Ice Cube War of the Worlds movie got a 0% score on Rotten Tomatoes. It's the first time that that's ever happened. It's been coined the worst movie ever made. So naturally, I watched it for just the jokes. And it was not worth it. It was not a good ass day. This was, and I want to be clear, the worst fucking movie of all time. In fact, I would go so far as to say it's the worst piece of art ever made. It's the worst thing. It is. They shot this during the pandemic and sat on it for years, and I have no idea why they decided to release it. This movie is an abortion that somehow survived and grew to be a 5-year-old circus freak. I'm pretty sure that this movie was filmed on Microsoft Teams and edited on CapCut. It's so bad. I have to show you. I have to show you. It won't even do it justice to just talk about it. But it looks like Ice Cube threw on some blue light glasses and just read a script into a webcam. Let me play a couple clips. Here's one. I mean, a legit sound. Watch this.
They knew exactly where they were going, and they are systematically eliminating resources and our ability to coordinate a response. Here, let me show you. These locations are our global response headquarters, our most sensitive targets, and they're taking them out one by one. based on their prioritized destruction of these critical intelligence command centers. My analysis suggests nuclear power facilities are next. Electric grids will follow, leaving us completely helpless.
Do you see that? They're grouping to concentrate their attack.
Exactly. And they will be much stronger in groups. So if we concentrate our armed response assets to our high priority locations, we can hit as many as possible. I think it's the only option we have right now.
I mean, this is the first time he's ever seen this script. Right then. It sounds like NBA 2K. You know? It sounds like he's reading with his finger under the words. It sounds like an NPC in an unskippable scene in a Call of Duty campaign, you know? The budget legit might have been $14,000. Ice Cube is so bad in this movie. I don't know how to quite describe his acting style. I've never seen anything like it. It's basically a personification of, damn, that's crazy, for 120 minutes. His son dies in the movie, and bro hits the Travis Scott meme. Here's the clip. Sorry, spoilers. Spoiler alert. Not that you should ever fucking see this movie, but
Dave, listen to me. Get out of there, now. No. You gotta get up. Keep running. Run, boy. Dave. I'm okay. Go.
I mean, his son died, and he was like, oh, bummer. You know? Ah, shucks. He was inconvenienced. Not a single tear was shed. He just hit one of these. Literally hit the Travis Scott meme. Damn, that's crazy. You know? This movie was basically a feature-length commercial. Look, here's the ending. I mean, yeah, I gotta just show you. I can't even, it just doesn't even do it justice to try to like explain it.
Ready. Sending it to you now. Put it on a thumb drive.
I don't have a thumb drive.
What do you mean you don't have a thumb drive?
Even I have a thumb drive.
Boy, this is a top secret military installation. They don't let thumb drives in the building.
Faith can load it here and I can get it to you.
How?
Prime Air.
Right here.
Oh, it's the feature of delivery. They've been training us for months. I need you to place an official order on Amazon to activate the drone.
Nuts. We only got one shot at this. Are you sure you can get it here?
Don't worry. I fly like a bird.
Quick, go to Amazon.com. Quick, you're a Prime member, right? I need you to go to Amazon.com and place an official order. Quick. Amazon Prime Air. It's the future of delivery. The movie is a 2-hour Amazon ad about how Amazon saved the world. Wouldn't be possible without Amazon Air. What's hilarious is bro is still working in the warehouse. Even when the world is ending, Amazon warehouse workers still don't get time off. Oh, 800-foot alien robots outside? Yeah, make sure you still log that 16-hour shift, and don't you dare go to the fucking bathroom. You don't have a USB drive in the government hacker building? in the government computer intelligence alien prevention building? You don't have an external hard drive? We got fucking 4 in the podcast studio. You don't have one? Highly trained government operative? Yeah, fuck. No USB drives in here. No SSD cards to be found. Thank God for Prime Air. The movie is so bad, I walked out of my living room. I got up and left. The movie was so bad, I gave my house a 1-star Google review. I hit my landlord and asked for my money back on my rent. For a brief moment, I actually thought about killing myself. I did. I've never had a suicidal thought before. I had my first one. I had my first suicidal thought. That's how bad it was. I'm not exaggerating. I thought about hanging a noose around myself of an Amazon drone delivery vehicle and ordering something so it would lift me into the air and just put me out of my goddamn misery. So you're going to see this and you're going to go, oh, fuck, I should probably go watch that. It sounds really bad. Do not. This is not a cult classic, okay? Do not watch this. Do not watch this movie. This is not a paid ad psyop to get you to watch this movie. This movie is so bad, I had to tell you because I love you. One more FO. There's normally 3 FOH HOFs, but there's only 2 this week because I just didn't have it in me after watching this. Here's the next video. Here we go.
What's the weirdest monthly expense that you have?
Probably paying full-time readers. So since 2021, I've had people read books for me full-time because I didn't have time to read, but I wanted to learn. So I taught people how to summarize books in a way that I wanted them summarized. And then they would do a presentation every Thursday for like me and my friends teaching us the book. And then we would just have like 4 or 5 books a week that we would get to learn in way less time than it would take to read the book.
How much money per month were you spending on full-time reader?
Probably like 10 grand.
You were spending $10K a month to have people read for you?
Yeah, because then I didn't have to do the reading myself, but I got all the knowledge, all the actionable takeaways, and the ability to actually go implement the knowledge without having to take 8 hours a day to read a book.
Do you think it was as effective as if you read it yourself?
More effective because I'm ADHD.
Man, wait until this guy learns about AI. I'm sorry. You were paying what for what? You were paying $10,000 a month for Cliff Notes? What is this, the fucking Spark Notes final boss? 120 bands a year for an Entrepreneur Bro book club membership? Dude. I'm just imagining this guy with a sweatshop of readers in his basement, you know? It's like, yeah, then I don't got to read, you know, I don't got to read for 8 hours a day. First of all, who reads for 8 hours a day? Who the fuck reads a book 8 hours a day? You don't have time to do anything else if you read a book for 8 hours a day. Unless you're an employed speed reader. If I was getting paid $10,000 a month to read books and summarize them for this guy, I would just pay somebody $2,000 a month to read and summarize for me. Now you create a reading pyramid scheme. You create like a reading Ponzi. If you can get 10 speed readers to read you 10 books a month, now you've got 100 books a month. And before you know it, you're reading 10,000 books a month for $10,000. That's $1 a book. Now divide your day into 3 days, right? I divide my day into 3 days. Now you're reading 30,000 books a month. Stack that up over a year, I'm kicking your butt. By year 5, I've read every book ever written. $10,000.
What's the weirdest monthly expense that you have?
Probably paying full-time readers.
Yeah,
so
probably.
Since 2020,
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably paying full-time readers. That's probably your weirdest expense, unless you have a weirder one. I can't imagine you have anything weirder than paying full-time readers. Is that even can you even deduct that on your taxes? Are they on payroll? I have so much knowledge.
I've had people read books for me full time because I didn't have time to read, but I wanted to learn. So I taught people how to summarize books in a way that I wanted them summarized.
I taught people how to read and summarize the books for me. Like what? How does it? What's the point? Just read a fucking Wikipedia book review. Read the back of the book. So basically, here, let me summarize The Alchemist for you. It's the story of Santiago, a young Andalusian shepherd who follows his recruiting dream to find treasure at the Egyptian pyramids. Along his journey, he learns about listening to his heart and interconnectedness of things through the soul of the world and the importance of pursuing one's personal legend. He encounters various characters who offer guidance and wisdom, including a mysterious alchemist. Ultimately, Santiago discovers that the true treasure lies not in the pyramids, but in the journey itself and in understanding his own purpose. That'll be $10,000. Thank you. Much like Santiago, he could learn that the true treasure lies not in the book or the spark notes, but in the reading itself. The true journey of life is understanding the text for yourself by reading and not paying some kid in the Philippines to speed read and sum it up for you. Anyway, all right. I think that's gonna conclude our episode for this week. I want to thank you, Beyonce, for giving me the opportunity to do this show once again for the 117th episode. I'm going to thank you for tuning in. If you've been here from day one, let me know in the comments. You don't get anything, but I'm going to thank you. And that's cool, right? And, you could just maybe pay somebody $10,000 a month to summarize all my podcast episodes for you, but instead, you chose to watch them for yourself. And that's knowledge that you can't trade. You can't summarize that experience. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, here's to the next 117. Unless the world gets taken out by robots and we don't have Amazon Prime air delivery to save us. Look, as the world continues to spiral into a capitalistic hellscape and people rebel by creating derogatory terms for robots, here on the Good Luck Show, we're going to be on the right side of history, and we're allies. And so until next week, I want to wish you a good night and a good luck.
Everybody listen close. There's a brand new show.
Pikachu, what's the name of that brand new show? You gotta know. With who again? Oh, that's me.
It's gonna get you moving, get you in the zone. Good luck, good vibes, good times.
Make sure you hit that like button and smash that subscribe button. I forgot to say that part, but you better fucking do it. Woo! Because you're an oil man.